I've always believed life is stitched together by quiet, ordinary joys. The first breath of coffee in the morning, sunlight stretching across the kitchen table, her laughter traveling down the hallway like a familiar melody. And before anything else, if you're here reading this, thank you. Thank you for giving me your time. Every view, every comment, every person who shows up, it all keeps these stories alive. If you enjoy pieces like this, consider subscribing. Let's try to hit 5,000 together. Your support genuinely means everything. I never imagined that the one thing I adored most about her, her honesty, would become the thing I questioned. It was 11:47 p.m. when her phone lit up on the kitchen counter. She was in the living room, laughing with her friends over FaceTime, waving the screen at me as if to say, "See? Girls' night. Nothing more." I tried to smile back, tried to mimic her casual ease, but something sharp twisted inside my chest. Still, I kept glancing at that phone. A tug in my gut wouldn't let me ignore it. When I picked it up, pretending I needed to check a calendar alert, she didn't even notice. She was too wrapped up in animated chatter. The Uber app opened without effort. That's when everything inside me stopped. Last Friday, 2:17 a.m. A ride from our area to some unfamiliar downtown address. Not a friend's place. Not the nail salon she claimed to be at. Then another ride. Saturday, 11:03 p.m. Same pattern. A cold heaviness settled over me. I shut the app immediately, but it was too late. The doubt had already taken root. My mind spun circles around itself. Maybe it was work-related. Maybe I'm misreading this. Maybe there's an explanation. The more far-fetched the excuses became, the harder I clung to them. Sunday morning, I tried to act normal. I made coffee while she hummed softly beside me. "You okay?" she asked, noticing the stiffness in my shoulders. I forced a thin smile.
"Yeah.
Just tired." Even I didn't believe the sound of my own voice. But I couldn't shake the image of her smiling for someone else. Then came more signs, small but sharp. Her perfume clung to her at strange times. Not her usual lavender, but something deeper, warmer, unfamiliar. Her stories about her nights out felt scattered. Details missing. Timelines fuzzy. Little contradictions she probably thought I wouldn't notice. I wanted to confront her. God, I did. But every time I imagined asking, fear locked at my throat. Fear of losing her. Fear of being right. Fear of being wrong. Fear of everything. On Wednesday, I found myself mindlessly scrolling through her social media, pretending I was checking a tag. Then I paused. A photo of her alone, supposedly in a dim lounge, champagne lifted in a toast. Caption: Girls' night vibes sparkles, clinking glasses. But something felt off. The lighting. The angle. Her hand resting as if someone were beside her, someone cropped out. I swallowed hard and told myself to wait, to watch. Suspicion is a poison, and I let it seep slowly, even as it burned. Thursday night, she said she was going out again. Another girls' night. This time, I followed, keeping far enough behind not to be detected. She walked up to the waiting Uber. But before she got in, a man stepped out of the shadows.
Quick.
Coordinated. Like they had done this a dozen times. My stomach lurched. My throat tightened. I drove home gripping the steering wheel so hard my hands shook. I hated myself for wanting to believe her still, even when the truth practically screamed at me. Friday morning, she floated around the kitchen humming again. "You're quiet," she said. I didn't answer.
Couldn't.
My silence said everything. The next day, I finally confronted her. No yelling, just a broken, trembling plea for the truth. I showed her the Uber history. Her expression shifted, shock, guilt, fear, then hardened into something familiar, defiance. "It's not what you think," she insisted, sharp and controlled. "Then tell me," I said, holding the phone out. The screen glowed between us like a spotlight. She exhaled, and that one sigh crushed me. "It's complicated," she whispered. "I don't know why I did it. I wasn't happy. I needed, I don't know, someone to notice me." I felt something inside me split clean in half. Do you even love me? My voice was barely audible. I thought I did, she said softly. I thought I loved you, but she didn't finish. She didn't need to. I walked out that night. The city lights blurred, the world around me dissolving in grief, fury, disbelief. I drove aimlessly, windows down, letting the cold air whip through the car, as if it could pull the pain out with it. It's strange how pain can sharpen things. Every memory of her suddenly came with an aftertaste of betrayal. And yet, somewhere underneath it all, I found an unexpected truth. People are flawed. They make selfish choices. Sometimes they break you without meaning to. Sometimes they do it knowing exactly what they're doing. I didn't have to forgive her, but I could understand the human fragility behind it all. A few days later, we sat across from each other at a table, neither of us speaking. The silence felt heavy, almost sacred. I didn't know if we could repair what was shattered, or if trust was something that could ever grow back. But I knew one thing clearly. I was done pretending everything was simple, done hiding inside comfortable denial. She reached out, her fingers brushing mine. I didn't pull away. I didn't hold on. That tiny, quiet touch, tender and painful, was the closure I needed. Some betrayals don't need fireworks. They just need to be acknowledged. The Uber history stayed on her phone, a blunt reminder of choices made, routes taken, and destinations that changed everything. Life takes us places we never expect, often alone, often carrying the consequences of someone else's decisions. Looking back now, I still feel the sting, the ache, the whirlwind of emotion that left me breathless. But there's a strange, fierce beauty in survival, in the blunt honesty of hurt, in the sharp clarity betrayal brings, in the messy, imperfect way humans love and fail. And if you've made it this far into the story, thank you again. If this stirred anything in you, heartbreak, tension, reflection, consider subscribing and joining the journey to 5,000 readers. Life is chaotic. Love is chaotic. But stories help us make sense of the mess.